She has fire in her soul and grace in her heart. With this warm introduction, I would like to welcome Preeti ma'am, who is the founder, owner and a very inspiring lady of this Pragati Software, sitting with us to chit-chat and share her journey. Good afternoon, how are you?
I'm fine, Shambhavi. How are you?
Very well, thank you. I've known you for a while, but it's a pleasure to sit across and to chit-chat and to learn and get inspired from you. Ma'am, tell us, when did your journey with Pragati Software started?
It started in the year 1990.
Wow, so that's been a while now.
And 1990 was the year when globalization actually started in the country.
Yes.
We used to get salaries of 2,300 or something in a month. And we thought, okay, it's a better idea to be an entrepreneur. So the journey started in 1990.
Wow, the journey started way long back. And how has it been to be a woman entrepreneur? Because back in those days, it wasn't a very easy thing, I'm sure, to start a journey of, being a woman, being a lady. So how was your journey?
Yes, it was a challenge. I remember when I started the business is co-founded by my husband and me. Even my employee was a little bit cynical, like, okay, this lady is joined. And really, I don't know, she's going to work or she's just the wife. So I think when you run a business along with your husband, the first thing even your employee would think was that you are not here for keeps. You're just here for time pass.
It's like a Madam G visiting the office.
Absolutely. So there were a lot of biases from the employee, there were a lot of biases from the customer. Because I'm not an IT person, I bring on the table no IT skills, and I am an IT company. I bring on the table only skills like marketing, the selling, entrepreneurship, networking, relationships, those are my skills. And the customer was like, ye abhi choti si woman. So I was thinner, I was smaller, and what is she going to do? What is she going to do? How, kya ukhadegi types? What is she going to really do? And there were a lot of biases. There were biases at home. Mother-in-law was like, abhi pata nahi kya hoga, cope with all the relationships.
I'm sure ladies listening to this would be smiling on the other side, relating your journey somewhere with Preeti ji and saying, yeah, I also can connect and even I have a story there. So yes, it sounds so us that when you speak, that when a lady walks in, people, especially in the so-called men's world, people take a step back and say, a lady? But here we have a successful lady. How many years have you been doing?
27 years.
Wow. You heard it right. It's 27 years. Wow. So tell us, what has inspired you? What is there? I mean, I'm sure you are bubbling with stories and facts to share with our upcoming women entrepreneurs. So please tell us.
When I was young and I was in school, I found that in my community, I would say, the balance between men and women was not equal. So the woman always had a back seat, and she was probably at the beck and call of the male members of the family. And I somehow, when I was young, I decided, well, this is not my way of doing things. And I realized very early that one of the most important equalizers in any man-woman relationship that time was the ability to be able to stand on your 2 feet and the ability to be able to earn and have your own space in the sun.
Absolutely.
So that's what has inspired me all the time. I never wanted to take any money from a male figure or from anybody. I wanted to be independent myself. I wanted to create a name for myself. I didn't want to be known as so-and-so's daughter or so-and-so's wife. I wanted them to be known as
identity was important for Preeti.
And that works a lot even till today. So that's my motivation. Motivation is to be somebody who is known to be good for what they work.
Very true. Did you all listen to her carefully? She said she didn't bring in IT skills, but yet she's been successful for the past 27 years, driving her own thing. What truly motivated her was the skill that she came along with. She did not hesitate, she was confident, and she was out there to conquer the world. Moving on to hear more stories and journey. Tell us, so what was the major challenge that you faced, and then you said, yes, now I'm here to stay, and this is my journey. Like, yes, my identity has finally been realized.
You asked such good questions, Arun. You make me think a lot. My biggest challenge has been when I have come back from a break to my business.
Okay.
That is the biggest challenge.
Yes.
I took, I think, 3 breaks in my 27 years journey
Wow.
with Pragati. The first break I took was when my daughter was 3 years old. I did take a break when I was pregnant incidentally, so I wrote all my journey. I remember my admin boy Mohan came home to sign the vouchers when, I'm just going before the delivery. So I didn't really take a break when my daughter was born, but I took a break subsequently because I didn't have anybody to take care of my daughter at that point of time, and she was 3. So I took I took a break of a year that time. I took a break later on when I did my global MBA. So somewhere in 2007, I got awarded as a Women Entrepreneur by FICCI Flow, as well as various other chambers of commerce across the world.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. And as part of that award, I got a fellowship to do a global MBA with ESA Barcelona.
Wow.
So for 18 months I was out of the business.
Okay, I'm quite getting goosebumps, like wow.
So that was another break which I took. So when I came back, my daughter was in the 8th standard and she was like, no, you better be at home with me. So 9th and 10th I was with her. And subsequently my father, who was 80 years old that time, had totally lost his memory and had dementia, so I had to hand up and take over his estate, look after his business. So this third break which I took, which kind of matched with second and third, was for at least a long period of 6 to 7 years.
Wow, 6 to 7 years, and she's made a comeback.
Yeah, and I'm so glad, I'm so thankful to all my customers, to all my employees, to all my vendors who took me back with open arms.
Beautiful.
So the challenge when I came back after 7 years, or 6 to 7 years of not coming to Pragati was, it is my company and still I don't know anything. I don't know the customer, I don't know the technology, I don't know the employee because they have changed. I only know some of the older people and I only know the confidence that, oh, I can do it.
So who
company was in
handled
losses for 2-3 years before I came. So we had two people in the company, my husband and myself.
Okay.
When I was younger and Chaitali was with me, I used to tell people, customer बदल जाएगा, हम लोग दोनों नहीं बदलेंगे. Pradyuman myself, I know she remembers that. And later on, that sentence also came under test when I didn't come. So it was Pradyum who handled it for those times when I took a break. So I think the bigger learning is that whenever you run a business, have a backup. Because life will throw whatever it throws.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I was very lucky and very blessed that he handled it so well in my absence. So that when I could come and
take
back,
it over from him,
it was there ready, and with few changes or with few things I could really bounce back. So
wonderful it's been talking to her and learning her journey. But unfortunately, time is running out for all of us and we're soon coming to the end of this wonderful, motivating, interesting discussion. But before we go on, we will leave you with one tip, trick from Preeti ji. So please tell us what is that one thing that you want to tell all the budding ladies who have taken breaks, are hesitant to come back, and how can they make it to their journey?
I think the one tip which is most important is to be very consistent in what you do. From what the mistake I made was I was sort of just not connected with my company. My staff used to tell me, no, you must come at least and sit. So I think the one tip is if you are passionate about something, don't ever leave it. Even if you put in maybe 1 hour every day, that's good enough.
Yeah.
So remain connected in whatever way you can.
Absolutely.
And just remain connected because there's a lot of passive learning which happens even when you're connected for an hour or maybe an hour and a half. So women who are on a break, remain connected to your career or to your skill or to the things which interest you. Remain connected even for just 1 hour. You know, we spend 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours on WhatsApp and Facebook and this and that, which is okay. That doesn't really add as much value to us as much as remaining connected to our skill or whatever is our source, whatever it might be.
I'm sure.
You know, if our sources are family, remain connected to that. If our sources are business, remain connected to that. If our source is entrepreneurship and networking, like it is for Chaitali, remain connected to that. You know, even for an hour, just for an hour in a day. In all the trying times, just remain connected for an hour. That's good.
So true and such a powerful message. Consistent is the key to success. So the next time you're thinking of being successful, stay consistent and stay positive. You will also be here on the hot seat with me soon, maybe for the next year with the We Awards coming up. So till then, stay tuned and don't forget to come on the 10th of March for the We Awards at the Taste of Punjab. We will all be there to see you. Thank you.
Thank you.